So who's right? Well, Richard Dawkins said, it's absolutely safe to say if you meet someone who claims not to believe in evolution, that person is ignorant, stupid, or insane, or wicked. Sounds like he's open for a discussion. When I went to England, we tried everything to get to debate Richard Dawkins. He refused. He hung up on my secretary. His secretary hung up on me when I called back. Jesus said, you shall love the Lord your God with all your mind. There's no mental reason to reject Christianity. It's a logical deduction to say, hey, there must have been a designer. You see something complicated like this world, you say, hey, must have been a designer. Evolution's not a fact. It's not even a good theory. It's not even a hypothesis. It's a metaphysical research program. Julian Huxley said, I suppose the reason we leapt at origin of species was the idea of God interfered with our sexual mores. We don't want God telling us what to do. Evolution is a religion. Even Michael Ruse said that. He said, I'm an ardent evolutionist and an ex-Christian. But I must admit that his one complaint, Mr. Gish is but one of many to make it. The literalists are absolutely right. Evolution is a religion. This was true of evolution in the beginning, and it's true of evolution still today. We believe in evolution because the only alternative is creation. And that's right. That is the only alternative. One Russian atheist astronomer came over here to America, and he was speaking at the university, and he said, folks, either there is a God or there isn't. I thought, wow, now that's a brilliant conclusion to come to. But then he said, both possibilities are frightening. I thought, wow, now that is a brilliant statement. See, if there is a God, we better find out who he is and find out what he wants and do what he says. If there is no God, we're in trouble. We're hurtling through space at 66,000 miles an hour and nobody's in charge. That's a scary thought. Even one famous scientist said, this evolution, transformationism, is a fairy tale for adults. The theory has helped nothing in the progress of science. It is useless. Even if evolution theory is true, it's useless. It's of no value to science whatsoever. Evolution is a kind of dogma which its own priests no longer believe, but which they uphold for the people. Even most scientists don't believe in this, but they're afraid of losing their job or their research grant money, or they're afraid of peer pressure. No different than a fifth grader afraid what the other fifth graders think of them. We got college professors out there teaching these lies that I've covered just because they have to, because that's their job. Muggeridge said, I'm convinced the theory of evolution will be one of the great jokes in the history books of the future. Satan is a liar. And everything about this theory is based on lies. Even Thomason said, these people who go about teaching evolution are great con men. The story they are telling may be the greatest hoax ever. We do not have one iota of fact to support this evolution theory. So Fred Hoyle, the famous astronomer, said, well, life is so complicated, it could not have evolved on Earth, so it must have come from outer space. Well, duh. All that does is postpone the problem. How did it happen out there? This guy says, evolution is a light which illuminates all facts. All lines of thought must follow. This is what evolution is. Well, Pierre de Chardin, the Catholic priest that got most of the Catholics to believe in evolution, including the Pope, who's 3 times now said, we believe in evolution. Pierre de Chardin is one of the guys responsible for the great Piltdown hoax. He's a liar. Absolute bald-faced liar.